All right, and we are live. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's session of our Passage to Agamar West Marches style campaign. As always, you can join us at passagetoagamar.obsidianportal.com. We welcome new players. As a matter of fact, we've got a few of them tonight. So, what I'd like to do is I'd like to start off by going around and introducing our characters and them giving you a little bit of an idea of how they wound up in Navia, town on Agamar. So, from left to right, we'll go ahead and start with Dominic. Dominic, why don't you go ahead and describe that character?
All right. So Dominic is a halfling, a ghostwise halfling. He's got the urchin background, so grew up on the streets, but does reluctant to talk about how he got to Agamar and what his intentions even are. But he's a rogue.
Awesome. Thank you. And next up would be Osrit. Osrit, why don't you go ahead and describe Osrit?
Hi everyone. Standing at 3'2" and a gallon 25 pounds, Osrit was a noble in his homeland, but when he was telling everybody that his god was giving him arcane powers, everybody thought he was crazy and sort of shipped him off to Nivea because it was far, far away and they hoped never to hear from him again. He's completely convinced that he has a grand destiny and he's willing to fulfill it.
That's awesome. And Pyram, why don't you go ahead and describe your character?
Pyram Blackwater, he is a barbarian. Basically went to Agamar because he heard that there were a lot of females that he could possibly make tribes out of. One of his goals is to create his own tribe. Unfortunately, he has not been very welcomed just because of how he looks. He's hoping that Agamar is going to provide him with enough women to make tribe.
Awesome. And so, for those of you that are joining us on stream, you may or may not have noticed the stream's title. But all three of our characters this evening are playing halflings. There are three different types of halflings, I believe, but halflings nonetheless. So, to open up, I'd like to start off by giving you a little bit of a sample of what life is like, or what life has been like for you all here in Navia. So, Navia, being a coastal town, is surrounded by a large rocky outcrop which protects it to a degree from outside invaders. Probably the reason why it stood for as long as it has. That said, since arriving here at Navia, you've taken up some odd jobs. You've found a way to make ends meet. But by no means have you been satisfied with your overall station and the progress that you've made in becoming full-time adventurers. The local tavern of
Well, I would be into a little bit of coin. Yeah, I will head over there quickly and take a look at that note.
Okay. The rest of you guys, are you interested at all?
I'm just gonna finish my beer first before I do anything else. It just
Sure.
serve people that are taking a look at the bounty.
Yeah, and there's a group, kind of congregating around the bulletin board now, and so.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, so I quickly drink the rest of my beer, slam the mug down on the table, and start kind of pushing my way through the crowd to look at the.
Sure. So as you get your way, you guys make your way up to the board. You see the note is hastily scribbled, and it reads, "Demure adventurers needed to clear a hole. Found goblins, maybe others, but those taller than the wee folk won't fit in the tunnels. Apply with Sergeant Slade at the pier. Cash paid, free scarf."
Well,
All right. So that's basically all that it says, right? So clearly some of the other human, folks that go up there or other races, they walk up and they say, "Oh, this one's not for us." Turn around. And one of them pats you, Dominic, on as he's walking back to his seat, and he says, "There's a job for you on the board."
Good.
As I see the taller folk moving away from the bounty, I start inching my way towards it as well, and I'm going to start understanding the situation here, seeing that there's two other halflings not going away.
Seeing Pyram, who looks significantly tougher than me, I'll sort of, wave him over and show him the letter and say, "Looks like this job would be more willing to take us instead of less."
I just
I'll be honest. I actually can't read. What does it say?
So I'll repeat it because you probably don't recall.
Oh, sorry.
But the note says, "We folk needed to clear a hole. Goblins spotted, maybe other creatures. Cash paid, free scarf. Apply with Sergeant Sled at the pier."
Looks like a notice of a goblin hole. And cash payouts are always nice, and winter's coming up, and they're offering a free scarf.
Listening to these guys, I'm just gonna kind of stealth and start making my way to the pier.
Ooh, scarf. Yeah, let's. I guess I have nothing else better to do.
It would look really good on you. Are you going unarmored, or do you have some sort of armor?
A man worth his salt always has his chest worn.
Very well then. So so you guys make your way to the pier then?
Yep.
Okay, so as you make your way out to the boat district, you hear the various sounds of boat repairs and shipboard service underway, and you see a human, probably about 6 feet tall, standing about halfway down the pier. and he seems to be directing various soldiers and sailors in, loading vessels, unloading vessels, and you would presume this would be the sergeant, but it is not the guy who came into the bar a short while ago. But you hear him, he's like, "Hey, let's get to it. We don't have all day. I don't want to be here when those damn pirates show up again."
Are there any other halflings or gnomes or other little people?
Not that you can see. I mean, most of you. So you see a lot of half orcs. You see a lot of like humans. The occasional tiefling. But you're not seeing any other humans, or sorry, not humans, halflings in the general vicinity. You do notice one gnome who's kind of standing on the bow of a ship, and he seems to be carving something in the wood of one of the ships, but he doesn't seem like he's there for adventuring.
Doesn't seem to have any weaponry on him or whatever. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I assume I get there first, so I'm gonna go make contact with the human-looking guy and ask him if he's Sergeant Sled or not.
Sure. So you just walk up to him and say, "Hey, are you Sergeant Sled?"
Yeah. Hey, are you Sergeant Sled? I saw a poster in the tavern, and I'm just looking for some.
"Why, yes, son. I am he. What can I do for you?"
Well, what's the coin? You can keep the fucking scarf. I just want the coin.
Scarves are popular around here in the winter. I don't know. I don't get it. The mainlanders bring them over, and seems to draw out the little folk. No disrespect needed, but some get pretty excited about the opportunity for a free scarf.
Not really.
I come in shouting, "I heard there's a free scarf around here."
So from behind you hear another halfling character at the top of his lungs, basically say, "Here, there's a free scarf." So he says, "So we were pulling supplies in from just beyond the northeast wall, and a couple of my men were attacked by some goblins. We chased them for a bit and found what looked like a hole, but it looked as if it's been collapsed, and well, none of us folk would be able to get through in a reasonable time. I figure some of you might be able to squeeze through the opening in the rock."
All right. Do you have a map, or how do I find
it? Yes, I will provide you with a map. Now, in terms of the coin, I would be happy to provide you 100 gold pieces each, if you could put an end to this, because this is the third such attack that we've experienced in the last month or so.
All right. And I just, as I'm talking to him, I just kind of want to size him up and see if he has like a gold pouch on him or something that I might be able to,
Sure. So he seems to. I mean, he's got a belt pouch for sure. He's also got like a pack on his back, like a like a standard backpack. But those are the things that he's carrying.
All right. Can I just see how full I think his pouch on his belt is?
Yeah, sure. I mean, just tell me how you would go about doing that.
Oh, I mean, I'm just looking, not making any sudden movements or anything. Just talking and observe.
It doesn't seem to be very full. So you'd say maybe handful, maybe 2 handfuls of coins max, and halfling handfuls at that, right? So so whatever he's offering you, he'd have to get from elsewhere.
Fair enough.
So he says to you, he says, now, the goblins, they're not they're not particularly bright, I guess. But if you've never encountered goblins here in Agamar, you need to be mindful of their tricksy nature. They set traps, and just be careful.
I'm not too worried about it. I kind of specialize in being careful.
So
Trap!
yeah, so you two guys kind of get there like when he's, by the time you catch up, you're approaching, you're yelling about the scarf. By the time you make it there, you hear the be careful and traps warning. So is there anything that you'd like to ask the sergeant? So he provides you with a hand-drawn map that shows basically you take the northern exit from the town. And once you get past the gate, it's about a 2-hour hike to where these goblins or where the goblin cave is. He's got it marked on the map. There is a lumber trail which will take you basically right there, and he explains that when the lumber caravans come back, they've been getting ambushed on the lumber trail road by these goblin raiders.
I think I'll just kind of, blend into the other people around the pier and just kind of watch these guys talk to them.
Yeah, most of the other people on the pier are just, they're engrossed in their work, right? He, in between talking to you, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing over there? What? Knock it off. Get back to work, you scalawags." Sorry, what were you saying?
Right. Aside from information, is there anything else that you can give us? Maybe, I don't know, anything in your experience that might help us fight these goblins?
Well, I would say that, it might be best to have someone who's handy with, picking locks and disabling traps, as I mentioned. But aside from that, there's a shop in town that you might want to stop in at. It's the alchemy shop. They might be able to provide you with something that might help you to flush these creatures out. Smoke them out, if you will.
I completely understand what you're saying. I turn to Orset. I lost right and be like, what was he saying?
So basically he's describing, that it's worth a stop at the alchemy shop. He also says, I'll send the runner over to make sure that he puts aside a parcel for you so that you have something to help you. The goblins tend to hunker down when they know that invaders are coming. You'll want to coax them out. Otherwise, you'll have to fight your way through the whole complex, and who knows how deep it goes.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
No.
And he turns and he says, "Runner, come here." And a young kind of a young kind of town guard comes upside and he says, yes, sir." He says, "I need you to head over to the alchemy shop and tell him to set aside one of them smoky things that he made for us the last time. We've got some goblins to flush." He says, yes, sir, right away, sir." And he kind of scampers down the dock. And he says, "And be quick about it." And the young kid almost trips over himself as he's running down. And, he rights himself and kind of runs off into the distance.
I'm just going to follow that guy.
Well, stay behind a couple more seconds just to shake hands.
Lost you a little bit, but I think you said you were going to shake his hand.
Just
say-
goodbye and
Give him a kiss goodbye. Okay, I got it. Yep,
back
100%.
to I promise. Here's a hand. Do I remember?
You gave him a hand job. Okay, got it. Just making sure we got all. You gotta love audio issues, right? It's just fantastic. It sets the tone. Okay, so I'm going to presume that you shake his hand, you say goodbye, don't give him a hand job, and make your
not.
way to the alchemy shop. Yes.
Yes, I'll follow the others to the alchemy shop.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll follow suit too.
Sure. So you kind of keep within visible distance of the runner as he makes his way in front of you guys, and you see him kind of turn into a small shop, which is the sign itself. It doesn't have any writing on it, aside from a picture of what looks like kind of a glass beacon or beaker, not beacon, beaker, kind of turned to the side. And what looks like some kind of a liquid spilling out of it. So I presume this is the alchemy shop. And you see like I said, the young soldier runs in. So as you approach the alchemy shop, you hear a strange sound, right? So as you're kind of standing outside the shop, you hear the sound of like just a cacophony of what sounds like metal pots, pans, and devices kind of crash to the ground, like, right? And then you hear what you think is a small explosion. So it's like, right? And then smoke begins to come out the bottom of the door. So the little gap in the door, smoke begins to kind of pour out into the street as you're standing there.
How does it? Does it smell acrid? Does it? I'll smell it and see like if it's dangerous. Well, I mean, actually, I'm gonna just wrench the door.
So it doesn't have a notably foul smell. It smells like just smoke. So it smells like smoke that would come from a campfire. It doesn't seem specifically acrid.
Okay. I'll open the door and sort of in such a way as to sort of keep away from a billowing cloud.
Yeah, so you open the door and like it's almost like a solid form of smoke is waiting behind the door. And so as the door opens, the solid wall of smoke kind of comes out about 2 or 3 inches, and then just kind of slowly descends to the ground. And behind it is relatively clear, and you see what looks like a wooden counter system, and there's a series of racks and like wall-mounted shelves, all around the front room area, and there's a large beaded curtain that presumably leads to a back end area of this shop. And the soldier that had gone in is laying face down on the floor, and he is not moving.
I'd like to. I'm sorry. I'll run over and see if he's.
He is not dead. He does appear to be unconscious, though, but he is not dead.
I'll step over him and just say, hello.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check?
While this is going on, I'm just kind of watching them enter the building from the outside.
Sure. So you hear what sounds like a very faint, distant voice that says, "Hello? Is somebody there?"
While he's doing that, I'll try to drag the body out of the place to some fresh air outside.
Okay, so you're gonna drag the unconscious soldier out into the street?
I'm gonna sure as hell try.
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength check. And so that the voice repeats. The voice is, "Hey, hello, is Is there somebody? I'll be right with you.
Somebody needs to help me with this.
So you're having some difficulty, for sure. So, as you're pulling on him, one of his boots comes off, and you're standing there holding a boot and a leg, and at this point, some passers-by have kind of taken notice of what's been going on and starting to ask questions.
I'm gonna sigh and say, "Hold on a minute," and basically help Osrit with this unconscious.
All right. So you're gonna help drag him out as well?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and give me a strength check as well? Yeah, I'll say between the two of you, you managed to get him outside. Kind of set his boot next to him, and as you turn and look, a small gnome appears from behind the beaded curtain. So the beaded curtain opens a little bit, and there's nobody there. And then all of a sudden, you see some little gnome hands kind of climb up to the top of the counter, and he stands there, and he says, "Oh my! I seem to have made quite a mess. Oh, I apologize for the inconvenience."
What exactly did you do? You knocked a man unconscious.
I call over to him. Can you help me out?
And he says, I was testing one of my most recent inventions, and well, I seem to have had a bit of a snafu, and I'm afraid that perhaps our soldier friend caught the full brunt of it, as I misjudged my placement. As he kind of looks like embarrassed to a bit, to a degree, and he says, he should be fine in about I don't know 10 minutes, give or take, but he'll have quite a headache, unfortunately.
Shouldn't we get him out into the fresh air?
Yeah, yes, and it appears that you've managed to drag him from my shop, which is great. But yeah. So why don't you all come inside and close the door, and we'll just leave him out there for a minute to get some air.
Fine by me.
So at this point, I guess from what I've seen, they just brought a guy out. I can't really see anything else that's going on.
Yeah, so you see them drag a body out of, like, the soldier that you were kind of following. You see them drag him out. He's missing a boot. They kind of prop him up against the wall, put the boot next to him, and he's just, like, knocked out. He's just passed out. And they kind of sit him next to the front of the building. And you hear the gnome inside say, "Why don't you come in and close the door, and we'll let him get some fresh air."
All right. Can I check the body?
I knew it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, you can. He is not going to disagree.
I'd like to just make an insight check to make sure that because he might be looking cagey or something.
Who would be looking cagey?
The proprietor.
Sure. Okay. Sure. Yeah. No, that's fine. He is.
So I know his deepest, darkest secret.
Yeah, he has a deep fear of spiders. He likes the color blue. Long walks on the beach. Right, and so you think he's earnest. I mean, he is clearly, he is obviously very intelligent, but also somewhat clumsy, and so it is entirely plausible that he was handling some kind of concoction that he was working on that ultimately fell.
Okay. So I'll follow him inside, and somebody else will shut the door, I guess, when we're all.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm gonna follow in, and
So
do I actually see
the soldier
Dominic?
is carrying 15 gold pieces.
I'll just go ahead and snatch that real quick. I'll wait till they go inside, of course, before I check him. You know, I don't want them to see me or anything.
Yep. So, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta step away for 1 second. My youngest daughter is crying. I will be right back. 2 seconds.
Nice little 25 gold pieces now. All right.
I just knew the thief was going to do that.
Oh, some bandits must have gotten to you while you were unconscious.
I mean, that's kind of what I do.
No, if I had a thief or somebody else, I would definitely do it.
It's kind of why I haven't, introduced myself to you guys. I'm just watching, just seeing what's going on.
Actually, I haven't even introduced myself yet.
Yeah, that's why I saw you guys. I heard you guys got annoyed and left. Followed that guy. Watched you guys.
We'll have to work together to some.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm. So we're probably going to get something that's related to fire. Maybe some sort of fire bomb or trap or something.
I'm pretty sure what you just saw, the little smoke bomb, is exactly what you're going to get. But I don't.
Yeah. Which means we're going to have to, wait for them to go all sleep or something? Get congregated once.
I think the idea is to throw it into their base and
You just get them to come out, and then you have like a fatal funnel, right? That's the general concept.
Sorry about that. The delay, everybody. Kids are. So, yeah. So basically, you find the 15 gold and head inside.
Well, I don't want to head inside quite yet.
Okay.
I just want to wait for those guys to come out, and then I'll make my move.
Okay. So do you guys close the door behind you?
Well, yeah, I would. Just because I don't really know that there's 3 of us.
Okay. So you close the door. So the door closes. He says, my name is Bipple Topberg, and I am the local alchemist. What brings you to my shop this fine day?
Well, Bipple, we were talking to this sergeant, something or other.
Sled.
Sled. No, yeah. He never actually asked. He can't even read, so he doesn't know the sled name. So, we were supposed to pick something up here. Did you get a chance to talk to the person you knocked out?
No. I was down the hall, and I heard a bit of a commotion, and it startled me, and that's what led to the scenario we find ourselves in right now.
we
Right.
understand that you have a concoction that can release quite a smoke cloud, and we might find it very useful in our because we are going to try to find the goblin horde quite nearby.
Yes. I have made one of these before. Where is it? And he's kind of scanning the room. He's looking around. He's, that one. No, not that one. Yes, there it is. He says, if you would please, on the second shelf there, the orange one.
How high is it?
It's so the shelves, like the first shelf is only about 4 inches off the floor, so it's probably 8 inches off the floor.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, the shop is oriented for. He says, my shop is little people friendly.
I go close to it and I grab it and I kind of shake it a little bit. How's it work?
He says, if you careful, please. If you would, please place it here on the counter.
Here you are.
You place it on the counter.
Yeah.
So it's corked. It's a small bottle. It's corked. He removes the cork. He picks it up. He puts it to his lips, and he whispers something into the bottle. And when he does, the liquid inside turns from orange to gray. And he puts the top back on. He says, now, simply, you either need to remove the stopper, or otherwise expose the contents to air, and there will be quite a fog cloud.
I don't like this. You want to hold this, Osric?
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
I'll stash it away. I'll, hook it to my belt.
Bipple, are there any tips about gnomes they can tell us? I don't know.
Or goblins.
Mannerisms or how they actually work?
Goblins or
goblins.
Oh yeah,
I said
yes,
that.
yeah, gnomes. I mean, we could be here all day. The intricacy of the gnome is far well. And you just kind of like, oh yeah, no, goblins. As he was about to go into a tirade, so he says, yes, vile creatures they are. They're tricksy little devils. Not very bright, but they make up for it with their pure tenacity and commitment to violence. Very, very strange society they live in, where the strength of the arm dictates the strength of the clan. I would say if there are goblins attacking the caravans, then they've got to be motivated by someone or something. Typically in small bands, they're too cowardice to take on human caravans, but there's got to be something that's got them up in a stir. Typically, this might be, I don't know, a bugbear or a hobgoblin or something else, something not afraid of humans. It is very likely that if you come across these goblins, that they're, like I said, motivated by some other desire.
That helps. Thank you.
You are welcome, sir. The Berg family has a long and storied history of helping young adventurers like yourselves.
And I start to turn around before he starts talking again and exit.
Let me
town.
tell you a quick story as you're making your way out. You just walk out. So
My character, noble family, would have plenty of things to talk about with one of the storied Topberg families, and we would be exchanging history and facts about our respective families.
And he says, yes, definitely a long and illustrious history, us Topbergs, but maybe one day.
I pull Osric with me.
Sorry, say again.
Sorry, I pull Osric with me.
Okay, so I kind of drag him out, and he's like, "Oh, I'm listening."
I have to ask you about the Council of 1980.
Negative. All right, so he drags you out into the street. Good day. Please come again. Thank you.
Goodbye.
And the door closes behind you. So
I really need that scarf.
for future Topberg encounters.
There you go.
So all right, so you guys make your way out to the street. The the crowd in the street is kind of dissipated. You notice now the soldier has started to stir. He's like, what happened? Have at you! And he's kind of tripping over himself. He's he's trying to figure out what's going. What happened to my boot? Oh, you! What happened in there? Did the message get relayed?
Yes, we have the product here, and we appreciate you did great.
Oh, great. Oh, okay. Well, I got to get back to the sergeant because if I don't, he'll send somebody after me, and that would be bad news. So I'll see you later. And he's kind of, staggered in his walk back towards the pier. He looks like he's had a couple too many ales. As he's making his way back to the pier, and he kind of leans, he looks over his shoulder, he goes, I'll tell him you're on your way then.
Yeah, I give him a thumbs up. He's
all right.
fine.
Okay, so you've got a map. You've now got your smoke bomb, which I'll go ahead and put basically a smoke grenade in the inventory. Hang on, let me just get rid of. That's not supposed to be there. Hang on, let me just. Here we go. Put this in here for you guys. Ta-da! So Osrit, go ahead and put that into your inventory. And then.
I was gonna say, as that guy is walking away, I'll kind of walk up to these guys and I'll just say, so I take it you guys are responding to the flyer in the tavern. I saw you down at the pier.
Yes, we.
All right. Well, I'm Dominic, and I guess I have some talents that might be of use. I'm not sure if you heard or not, but he mentioned that there might be some traps and things like that, locks that need to be picked, and well, that's kind of my specialty. So.
Oh, that's good. I was going to use
I'm
a
happy
rock.
to help.
We halflings have to stick together, and I can.
Let's not get too, we're acquaintances for now.
Sure. Well, when I bring you back from death's door, maybe you'll be singing it.
Oh, I mean, I'm not discriminating against you. I don't dislike you. I'm
No,
just
I'm
not
saying
sure who
we all
you are.
close and we help each other.
I'm
All
Hiram,
right.
by the way, and I just flex my my chest.
All right.
I have a feeling he'll be very.
What's your name, cleric?
Well, my name is Asa Hiderin, but don't let the fact that I can heal fool you. I'm quite talented in arcane magic.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything else that you guys feel like you need to do before you set out? So at this point, it is kind of about midday, and so so you feel like, okay, well, if it's a 2-hour trek to where this goblin cave is supposed to be, you could definitely make it there in reasonable time and be home for second supper.
Yeah.
I don't really have all day, so I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, let's go there.
I'll break
By the
out
time
the
we get there,
Okay, sorry, Osrit, what were you doing?
No, I was saying if we wanted to make a picnic, I have a mess kit, but it seems like those two are on their way, so I'll scurry off after.
Okay. So you make your way out of town using the North Gate, and you find yourselves headed towards a, you're following a a cart track, which heads kind of north and winds northwestward out of the town of Navia. You haven't spent a whole lot of time outside of the town. You have, predominantly been looking for work in and around the town, and as I mentioned, it was kind of odd jobs and things like that. But you find that the woods outside of Navia are kind of more dense than than you would imagine. You've clearly it's been a very long time since this area has been settled, if it ever has been settled. Really, the path of the wagon trail is the only thing that kind of gives respite from the dense forested areas that surround it. To the extent that you feel like if you were to wander off the trail, it would be rather easy to find yourselves in a bit of trouble if you didn't know your way around in the forest. So the walk is generally easy. The path is pretty clear, and you find yourself kind of wandering the path, kind of chatting amongst each other, getting to know each other. Is there anything that anybody would use this opportunity to share during the trip?
Probably my stuff.
Some information about my history with my deity and the work I did in the church, because when I got convinced that the deity was sort of speaking to me directly, I sort of dedicated my life to following him. So it invades a lot of aspects of my life, and so I'll be trying to talk about that the whole time. And they might not be too into listening, but that wouldn't really deter me.
Yeah, I keep a conversation up with Osrith, but every now and then I'll keep asking, interjecting a simple question. Do you know any halfling women in Agamar?
Not that I know of. I've only been here for about a week, and you two are the only two halflings that I met.
See, that's a big problem because I went here thinking that there was going to be tons of halfling women.
So you've seen a few around town, right? So there seem to be clusters of folks that have kind of settled in, mostly in and around the services trade. So what I mean by that is like working in and around the bars, which is why you've been kind of hanging out there, because the service people in and around the bars are predominantly halflings, carrying plates. There's also a halfling music troupe that happens to be in Agamar right now, which the last couple of nights have been kind of playing at Lockley's, and it's been rather entertaining.
Oh, okay.
So, bards and minstrels, male and female. But you haven't yet worked up the courage or desire to approach any of them. Just kind of getting a lay of the land. You want to choose wisely. You feel like it's not something you jump idly into. So,
Right, and I'd prefer to be introduced than to actually go up and introduce.
So as you make your way through this trail, you come to an area where there's kind of a bend, and the you see what looks like an area of the forest to the sides, which has been roughly cleared. So halved trees, partially felled trees, and then trampled grass, which which looks like it might be the entrance based on the map that you were given.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess I'll go check it out, unless you guys have any objections. Normally, I'll just kind of try to be quiet. Prefer
That's
not to
fine with me.
have loud little.
Try my best,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
I'll
alright.
I'll also cast mage armor on myself for a bonus to my armor
Sure.
Before Dominic goes, is there any markings on the ground, tracks or anything like that that could give us an idea of how much resistance we might be facing in the future?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. So it's tough to say, just because you get the feeling that these goblins may, if they are in fact goblins, because it's trampled grass, there really aren't clear like footprints. But the patterns are such that it seems like maybe there were like the path area that's clear isn't exceptionally wide, so you would say, okay, well, two, maybe three goblins across, maybe two ranks, would have passed through here, like if they were making a show of force. But if this is the entrance to their cave, you're not going to get more than let's say 6 at a time leaving leaving this area.
Gotcha. I'll tell Dominic that just so that he can be careful.
All right.
So,
And then I guess I'll stealth and start approaching the entrance.
sure, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Sure. That should do.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you kind of creep forward, and as you do, you happen to see what looks like a pair of goblins, kind of standing outside of what looks like maybe at some point was a cave mouth, but the cave mouth there's been like a collapse of rock, and there's a small gap in it, probably about 3 feet across, but the rest of it is the rock is just piled up in front of it.
And how far away from me are these goblins? Are they inside a ways? Or...
They're probably about 50 feet away from you right now.
Okay, and is there a way for me to kind of go in and remain hidden, or would they definitely? I mean, would I perceive that they would see me if I went in, or?
You'd have to kind of squeeze through the rock, and they're standing kind of out in front of it. In essence, guarding the entrance. You presume.
I see.
So it'd be especially challenging to try to get in there without them noticing.
All right, I'll go back to the others. So I went up there, and it looks like there's some collapsed rock, and there's 2 guards articulating what you said, basically. Look like they're guarding the hold. I think we're probably going to have to make some noise to get through them, unless you guys have a better idea. We could try to create a distraction, and I could try and get deeper in there.
Sure. Maybe there's a boulder or some sort of big rock around where we can push around to make a really big noise, and they would come investigate it, and we could sneak.
That would be the distraction I was talking about.
Yeah. Just we can use the surrounding area or I could use prestidigitation.
I mean, however you guys want to do it, I'm fine with. I just need to know what you're going to do so that I can sneak in as they.
Well, looks to me that we're gonna have to lure them out anyway. So I look around to see whether or not there's a rock or something of the sort that we can make noise.
Yeah, I mean rocks, sticks, like I said, half felled trees, right? So like there's plenty of stuff that you could throw or use to make a noise or distraction.
Let's try
So,
and maybe. Is there a lake
what do you
around?
want to do?
We can throw a rock into the lake to
No,
make a
there's
big splashing sound.
no lake. It's basically it's a forest area with like an area of. So you're walking. You guys have been walking along a wagon trail, which this particular kind of alcove is set back maybe 100 feet from the trail. So he went down about 50 feet, which is when he saw the goblin standing in front of the presumably the cave entrance. And so there's about 50 feet between the wagon trail and where he was, and then another 50 feet to where the cave entrance is.
We can maybe.
I can just bang stones together. I mean,
No, we don't want it coming towards us. We'll throw some gravel like towards the wall, like nearby the entrance. Make a clattering sound, and hopefully they'll come towards that. And I'll use prestidigitation to make a weird smell coming from there as well, almost like rot.
That, or we could just kill him. Doesn't matter to me.
I was just thinking, killing them far away from the cave as much as possible.
Yeah, if we can
Makes
get them
sense.
away, the better.
So did you want to try to lead them out towards the road, or did you want to try to lead them just away from the entrance?
Do you guys want me to sneak in, or do you want to?
I would say towards the road.
I'd say towards the road.
Do you want me to sneak in, or do you want to kill them? What do you want to do?
I mean, we wouldn't mind having you go forward, but if we get rid of these two, at least it minimizes your chances of getting caught.
I'm not going to get caught either way.
All right, well,
yeah.
I guess it's the cleric's call at this point. I wouldn't mind fighting them here in the road.
Let's.
Dominic, go ahead and take a point of inspiration. So you guys want to lead them out to the road then?
Yeah, that'll be
fine. So what are you going to use to attract them? Some sticks, just make a loud noise.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
right.
the two biggest rocks that I can get and just bang them together.
Well, ambush.
Okay. So how are you going to orient yourselves? Are you going to try to hide in the bushes? Are you just going to stand there making noise for them to come running out? Or like where are you guys going to be situated?
I'm just going to stealth and get as close to the entrance as I can, waiting for them to lure them out.
Okay.
To prove that I won't get caught.
Sure.
I can serve as bait, and Osric can be the actual ambush.
I'll be in the.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. So basically, you guys make some noise and you hear the goblins react. They start. Does anybody speak Goblin?
No.
Nope.
All right. So
I speak Common and Halfling.
So you hear them and they make their way down. They make their way down the path, and they come out to the road. And there's two of them. Let me go ahead and put them in the combat tracker. We're going to theater of mind this particular one, and then we'll move into the map once we get into the cave proper. But so basically these two goblins appear. Why don't you guys Dominic, you're going to be up by the cave entrance, yes?
Yeah, I'm getting as close as I possibly can with whatever cover is around, and then I'm waiting for the guards to leave and I'm entering.
Okay, awesome. So you why don't you go? Everybody, go ahead and roll initiative. As these two goblins leave their post and chase after you guys. So go ahead and everybody get your initiatives in real quick. Oh, crit the initiative. All right.
Oof.
And so we'll go ahead and run it in that order. So, Pyram, you're up first. What what would you like to do? So the goblins come out. They're about 20 feet away from you. They so you're standing in the street, banging rocks together, I presume. And they come out and they are wielding scimitars. So there are two goblins wielding scimitars.
So, I guess being bait, I'll just stand my ground and chuck a javelin at one of them at this point.
All right, you should be able to go ahead and target them right from the combat tracker. So go ahead and make your first attack. Oh, man. So do you see the result on the critical effect table?
Yeah, what is that? It's 161.
Yeah. Run with, so I have a D200 critical effect table. And, so if you get a critical and then you roll a 3, 4, anywhere from 3 to 6, so, 3, 4, 5, 6, you get a special effect. In this particular case, the effect is bad. The effect is that you do no damage, that your turn ends, which is quite unfortunate. I will, however, because I don't particularly like that one. I am a kind and benevolent DM, which you'll all get to hear. I'll go ahead and let you roll your regular damage. I'm gonna have to go ahead and edit that effect table, but go ahead and roll your damage.
Thank you.
Yeah. So your javelin just kind of impales this guy. As you loose the javelin, he's standing there. He's like, rah, and all of a sudden, poof, right in the chest, gets like pinned to one of those half-felled trees, and he's just kind of hanging there, and he's twitching for a second, as he goes down.
I give a little shout. Come get some.
Goblin 2 sees his friend fall, and he looks over at his friend stuck on the tree, and he's gonna run back towards the cave. So he is going to run back towards the cave now. Dominic, I will give you an opportunity to attack him if you'd like.
Am I close enough? Like, cause
You will be. He's gonna run right by you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, yeah, I will take a stab at him with the short sword. And I think I get a sneak attack, don't I? Because this is my first attack and he doesn't see me.
I don't know if you get sneak attack at first level. Let me double check.
Let me check. Yeah. Beginning at
You
first
did-
level.
Oh
you
yeah.
check subtly.
Yep. No, you would totally get a sneak attack. So you kind of
So an extra 1d6.
yeah. So I would envision that you would, he's kind of running back, and you decide, okay, here's my opportunity. He doesn't see me. I'm gonna jump out and take a swing at him. So go ahead and roll your damage. Oh. Yeah. Don't even need the sneak attack.
All right.
Totally catch him by surprise. He's frantically looking over his shoulder trying to figure out like what the hell was that. And he doesn't see you at all.
Okay.
And he runs right into you, and and you just bring your short sword down on him, and and put an end to him. So
Works for me.
now the path is clear for you guys to make your way to the cave entrance. And so I presume you approach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
but
still. I'm gonna stealth and start moving. I'm gonna kind of before I stealth, I'll kind of give these guys the hold for a second, and start making my way in.
I just recover my javelin and
Okay.
try to look for our cleric.
All right, so you guys make it to the cave mouth entrance, and as I mentioned, there appears to be about a 3-foot hole in the rock. The rocks that have fallen here are just huge. It would be a challenge for even the strongest of of humans to try to move these rocks, without assistance. And so you can see why Sergeant Sled kind of tried to commission you guys, because you're roughly the size of the goblins, maybe a bit taller, and you guys feel like you could easily kind of sneak your way through this rock entrance.
I'm only 3 foot tall, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and proceed in, and I guess I assume there's no traps in the front part, but I'll start checking for traps as soon as I get it.
Okay. So you're gonna sneak through.
Yep.
See you guys.
Uh, I'm gonna stay at the mouth area as per plan.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I'll
So
wait for him.
you make your way in, Dominic, without any challenge. You manage to sneak through, and you see what looks like a kind of a narrow tunnel. So hold on one second.
Sure.
Which looks to be about 50 feet, give or take, and it kind of winds to the northeast. It's a rough-hewn, tunnel structure. It's got rough tool marks, so clearly goblin work or goblinoid work. So do you stay there, wait for the rest of the group to come through, or did you want to proceed ahead?
No, I'm gonna go in a little bit and try to see what I can find as far as on the inside, and just see how long I think the tunnel.
Okay, I should have just shared you the map.
Oh yeah, I can see it now.
Okay,
Or well, it's
so
loading. I think.
so yeah, so just give it 1 second for it to load. Let's go ahead and basically I've got it masked to the point that you're able to see from when you enter it. The other characters aren't there yet.
Gray right now.
It should load in a second. So you two guys want to enter as well? Like, I'll let you go first once everybody's inside.
Yeah.
I can try to sneak. I'm not proficient in it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll give them the all clear to come into the main room. So I'll go back. Hey guys,
I'll
just
just
come in the room and be quiet, please.
All right.
This won't have any difficulty getting through the opening in the rock.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in front of the cleric. I'll try to protect Osford as much as I can.
So I am
Says loading. It hasn't actually. I don't see anything still.
all right. Just give it another moment.
I mean, I can see our tokens. I just don't see anything on the map.
I'm the other way around. I can't see my token or anything.
I can move my guy around.
Same.
you negotiate there, you should it should be just a like a sandstone looking tunnel in the bottom left where your characters are.
The whole map is sandstone for me. I don't see any of it. It doesn't say loading anymore, but I see our tokens and I can move my token, but I can't see the map.
All right, go ahead and close the map, and I'll reshare it to you.
Okay.
Good to go.
The other two guys, you guys can see it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I can see it.
Okay.
All right. So where do I? Oh, just the maps. Okay. Which map am I opening?
It should just be
Oh, there it goes.
dungeon map. Elaborate name.
It's still just gray for me.
Can you see the cross on the lower right, and you can click and drag it to move it around?
Yeah.
And the whole thing is still green.
Yep.
If you hold down Control, click it, and drag down, it'll zoom out. That might.
I mean, I can zoom out with mouse wheel, but it just everything looks gray. I could try to leave and come back. I'm not sure if that.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? I mean, everybody else seems to be working.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm struggling here.
I'll go ahead and just explain kind of what's going on. All right, so yeah, so you see a rough-hewn corridor, cavern that leads northeast. It's as I mentioned, it was hidden behind the rock fall. So you managed to see the tunnel as it kind of arches to the northeast. Go ahead and give me perception checks. You two guys, and then when when he gets back, we'll get another one from him.
Yeah, I'm letting in now. Should be 2.
Sure.
How dark is it in here? Is it pitch black already?
I mean, there's light coming in from the hole, the hole. So the area that you see right now is somewhat lit up.
Okay.
As you get further away, like as you get towards that bend, it starts to get darker, which exceeds the range of the visible light coming in from outside.
Right.
All right, I'm back in.
Shared the sheet with you. Be able to find it in your images.
Still all gray for me.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what to do. I can't see any of it.
All right, let me.
I can see it on your stream.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just base my movements on that somehow.
It's not gonna be super helpful, but let me see. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can just.
Yeah, it's almost like it's just not revealed to me. The rest of what you're sharing on the stream, I can see. But as far as the looks and our tokens and all that, that's all normal. But just can't see.
Oh, really? You can see the tokens and stuff, but not the.
Okay. All right. Well, so maybe it'll catch up. I don't know what's going on with your client so much, but we'll go ahead and just kind of stick as best as you can to to the path, but I'll sort you out when you get there. So yeah. So as I mentioned, so it starts to get dark here. None of you guys have dark vision. So what did you want to do for light?
Let's see. Well.
Go ahead and give me your perception check for
Oh
Dominic.
yeah, I could do that. Give me a second. Let me do that.
Okay.
I mean, I have a hooded lantern, so I guess I'll pull that out and I'll use that for light for now.
Sure. So when you get to where you are right now, you begin to hear voices speaking in Goblin. Different than the voices you heard from the other goblins, like deeper, more. I don't know, hard to explain, but you hear voices, like I said, speaking in Goblin. It doesn't sound violent in any way, but it sounds like they're having a conversation. They haven't yet noticed your presence.
Okay. And about how far away does it sound like they are?
About 25 feet.
Okay. So I guess I'll quickly go back to the party and say, "Hey guys, sounds like we got at least 2 goblins. They're about, I don't know, 25 feet about from where I was standing. If you could see me, so I don't know. I think we're probably better off just going with the silent approach and just trying to take them out real quick. Not sure what you guys think."
I mean, that's fine with me. Is there any light up there, or is it this dark?
No, it's pretty dark. I have to use my lantern.
How will we see them?
I mean, I could use them torches, but
well, I have this nice hooded lantern where I can focus the direction of the light. So, I've been using that.
yeah, I'm just thinking. All right, well, you can lead. And if we get into a fight, I'll just light a.
I'll go in if you guys just want to approach closely, and when you hear me start tussling, then do what you gotta.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna stay maybe like 10, 15 feet behind Dominic.
Sorry, actually, I want to be down like here somewhere. I'm trying to follow along the right wall, but it's not exactly.
I understand. I'll help you out. So you're back where you were more or less.
Yeah,
when you heard the voices.
I'm gonna go ahead and proceed a little bit more forward, just using my hooded lantern, kind of towards the wall a bit, trying not to be super obvious, and remain stealth.
All right, so you light up your lantern.
Yeah, I have the hooded lantern, and I'll kind of focus it at the wall for the most part, and just kind of use like half of it to, kind of light up so I can.
All right. So you reveal. So do you want me to reveal some of the room? Are you shining the lantern into the room?
Yeah, partially. Let's say like
Half of it, quarter of it. It's. I mean, it's.
I would say like a quarter. I'm trying to not be seen.
Okay. So you see some barrels, and the voices in the room seem to be getting a bit more agitated as now light kind of streams into a portion of the room. You can't see any of them given the amount of the room that you've lit up,
Okay.
but the voices are.
All right. Fuck it. I'll just I'll light up the whole room at this point. Doesn't look like I got.
You light up the room. You see two creatures sitting behind a table, presuming that they were eating a meal. Go ahead and roll for initiative as they grab their weapons and stand up to attack.
All right.
For everybody, go ahead and roll for initiative. You got their initiative then?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
By the way, whatever you just revealed now, I can actually see it. So.
Interesting. That's good. All right. So at the top of the initiative order is going to be Osrit. Osrit, you are up first. What would you like to do?
I'll move up a little bit here, and I can see Hobgoblin too, right?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a miss.
Ouch! Wow. All right, and then I'll move back 10 feet again. My speed is 20.
So these guys are clearly bigger and stronger than the goblins you encountered in the, guarding the front gate or the front of the cave. So he is going to, he's going to just stay where he is, and he is going to basically, push the other hobgoblin forward. Not interested in fighting. Pyram, you're up.
So Goblin 2 pushed Goblin 1 towards us.
They're actually, I mean, you can recognize them now. They're actually hobgoblins, so they're
right.
Yeah, but Hobgoblin 2, he stands up, he grabs his weapon, he looks across, and he kind of pushes Hobgoblin 1 away from the table a little bit, and mutters something in Goblin that you don't understand.
Okay, looks like I'm gonna approach. 1, 2, 3. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna engage him.
Okay, hold on. When you get here, you now realize maybe why he didn't advance. As you step on a soft spot on the floor. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. Oof. Okay.
Oh boy.
I tried to help you.
Oof.
So you fall into a very crudely designed pit trap, and you are. Let's see. Yeah, you. Yeah, you fall into the pit trap, and so you're going to take 4 points of fall damage, and you are now 10 feet deep in a pit.
Great.
Yeah, so you go running in, and you feel like, had you done a little, like you could have pretty easily dodged this trap, but you weren't looking for it. You just went running straight in.
Right. Action. Try to get out of it.
Yeah, so you're. I mean, it is 10 feet. You're going to have to try to climb out on your next turn, I think.
Okay. Sounds fair.
All right. All right. So if you're all set, go ahead and pass the turn to Dominic.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and approach here, and then I'll just check for traps on the other side that seemingly doesn't have a pit at the moment.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. You're shining a light on it. They're a little bit more clear.
Sure. Let's see here.
Most definitely a trap. There
Right.
is most definitely another pit trap right there.
I'll go ahead and all right. Is there a way to avoid it? Can I just step around it?
Yeah,
or
I mean,
do I need
now
to
that you know where it
jump
is,
over it?
you can, you can walk along the outside of it. If you wanted to like move in to say, you could move into that location and avoid the pit trap.
Okay. So I'll move there. And then do I still have enough movement to get to the hobgoblin number 2?
Yeah. Yep.
Alright. So I'll go like right here. And then I will just go ahead and so real question here, just because I haven't really played a rogue before. I think I have 2 weapon fighting. Does that mean I get 2 attacks if I use short swords?
How many short swords do you have in your inventory?
I have 2.
Okay, then yes, you can get 2 attacks. However, you do not apply your
Sneak attack.
well, no, you didn't. You can apply. Well, if the conditions apply, you can apply sneak attack, which in this particular case it would
Right,
not.
yeah.
Right, but
Right,
your
yep.
offhand attack does not get your dexterity bonus to the damage. Okay. So
I
okay,
see. So, but if I use daggers, then it gets the dex modifier.
Because they're well, no. So unless you have 2 weapon fighting as a so there's a feat that'll give it to you. There's a fighting style that'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But without it, you can make 2 attacks. However, your second attack is just weapon damage, not your modifier. So you'd want to create, and I'll do it for you. I'll create it on your character sheet. So I'll create like an offhand short sword, which will not include the dex bonus.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. So if that's the case, then yeah, I'll just go ahead and I'll okay, makes sense. I think they're backwards. Alright. So that's 1. This is 2. Alright, but
Okay, so now you have the two short swords. You have a regular one, and then you have an offhand. You see it?
Yep, I see it.
Okay, cool. So, let's see. What do we get? Miss and a miss?
Yep, I already passed my turn.
All right, cool. So Hobgoblin 1. So go ahead, Dominic, go ahead and give me a perception check. Now that you're standing close to these hobgoblins.
There you go.
They are drunk as skunks. The smell of alcohol just permeates, like it's coming out of their skin. They're, appear to be tankards on the table. Neither one of them is in good shape. However, they are heavily armored. So yeah. So Hobgoblin 1 is going to move across the table from you, and he's going to try. But he is going to do so with disadvantage because he is intoxicated. Hang on a second. Let me just. There we go. So he's going to attack with his long sword, and he's going to miss.
Yeah.
So that is going to be his turn. So Pit Trap 1, we know where that is, so it's not doing anything. Pit Trap 2 is currently occupied by Pyram. He's enjoying himself in the bottom of that. Just a reminder, I do use random initiative. Okay, so every turn it's going to reroll initiative. So we've just now moved to the next round, and Dominic, you're up first. Oh, no, I apologize. Sorry, Pyram, you're up first.
Let's get out of this pit.
Thing. So yeah, I mean it's not overly well constructed. You can find go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Easily find enough footholds and handholds to pull yourself out. You'll only have about another 5 feet of movement after you climb out of the hole, just given the time it's going to take for you to get out. So, but you can, there you go. You can situate yourself in any adjacent square.
Yeah, that's perfect. Let me, that's already the action going up, right?
Yeah, so you have not used your regular action, so you can make an attack, you can do whatever you want. You just don't have any move left this turn.
All right, I'm going to rapier this,
do it.
1.
Bring the pain.
Come on. They're really heavily armored.
They are heavily armored, but they don't look like they're going to be able to hit the broadside of a barn.
Right. I think that's...
All right. I'm going to do something similar to last time. I'm just step out 10 feet again and targeting the same hobgoblin. I will cast Firebolt. And
to use some tactics. Yeah, you guys look drunk as well. All right, Dominic, you're up.
Oh, let me move back real fast.
All right, I will go ahead and attack same hobgoblin again. Jesus.
So you feel like maybe if you use some tactics so that maybe you can get advantage or something, that might be a good way to take these guys out?
I mean, I know how to get advantage, but I can't really position to do that right now. Somebody else has to position, so.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I am very squishy.
Your attacks are finding, finding the hobgoblin, but they're just kind of bouncing off his shield or his armor. You just can't seem to find a soft spot in his defenses.
Could I can I throw a flask of oil on him as a bonus action, or is that a full action?
No, I'll let you do it as a bonus action. You won't be able to light it until next
That's
turn.
fine.
Yeah.
That's
That's
fine. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw it at Hobgoblin number 2.
Okay.
And then I'm actually going to position over here.
Okay.
Instead.
Sounds good. That's your turn if you're all set. All right. Hobgoblin 2 is going to.
I oiled up the one at the end.
He's going to. And he's going to make a longsword attack. And he is going to miss. he's having trouble holding his longsword. He's that intoxicated. Hobgoblin 1 is, they're kind of bickering amongst each other, like at their ineptitude, like that. How could they let themselves get so intoxicated that they couldn't kill some measly halflings? And so he's going to use. He's going to attack you as well. Actually, no, he's going to change his. So here we go. His longsword attack. Oof, is a 1. So I'm going to say he actually drops his longsword. So he's intoxicated. He's flailing around. He notices Pyram. He takes a swing at him, and his longsword falls out of his hands into the square. So that is his turn. Pit traps aren't doing anything currently. Let's see. Oh no, I guess we're back at the top of initiative. So Hobgoblin 1 is going to make yet another. He's going to pick up his longsword, which is going to prompt an opportunity attack from both of you guys, if you want it.
Come on.
Oh man. We were rolling crits on initiative, and now we can't hit the broadside of a barn. All right, so he's going to pick up his longsword, and he's going to take another swing at Pyram. And he's going to miss. You're up.
We're going to try that crossbow again.
Do it.
Remember, Hobgoblin number 2 has oil on him.
That's a hit.
Hey.
Alright. Crossbow shot.
Sticks into his shoulder and he screams in pain as I duck back behind the.
Alright, Dominic.
Alright. So I guess I'll I mean, would it be an action to ignite Hobgoblin number 2? Or is that going to be a bonus action, or how does that work?
So how would you ignite him? Like, with...
Well, so I have a tinderbox. I don't know how long that normally takes, but that's one way. I was kind of hoping that he got firebolted, but that didn't happen. So
right.
All I have is my lantern and my tinderbox. But my lantern, I mean, I assume like that's closed in, so I can't really.
It is, yeah. I mean, you could stick a piece of cloth in there and throw it on him, maybe. Like tear a piece of your cloak off.
Okay, I'll just yell back, light this guy on fire, and then I'll stab Hobgoblin number 1. Jesus Christ.
Oof. Right.
I I
That's
yell
all right.
back, "You're in no position to tell me how to kill this."
He's got oil on him, dummy.
It's not looking good so far. All right, Pit Trap, not doing anything, not doing anything. Pyram, you're up. Now,
All right.
if you maneuver yourself 5 feet, there we go.
There you go.
That's
You
fine.
will have advantage on your attacks against that hobgoblin.
All right, so I just click on advantage here, I'm assuming.
You click on it in the lower left, and then go ahead and make your attack as normal.
All right. I'm going to do the rapier stance that was taught to me.
Hit.
Jesus.
All right, it's not looking good for the dice rolls for you guys today. So, but your rapier attack does find a soft spot in his armor as it pierces through. So if you're all set, go ahead and pass your turn, and the inept hobgoblins will resume their failure. So he is going to make an attack. So Hobgoblin 2 is going to make an attack against Dominic with his longsword, and he is going to miss. I actually clicked advantage and disadvantage at the same time, but it doesn't matter because he only rolled a 2, so he missed.
Nice.
All right, we're back at the top of initiative. It's Hobgoblin 1's turn. He does not like his situation at all. Now that Pyram just stabbed him, he's getting frustrated. He is going to, in turn, attack Pyram with his longsword. And he is going to miss. Hobgoblin 2, equally frustrated, is going to attack Dominic. Oh, he is going to hit. Oh, and you're going to take 5 points of damage.
Wow.
Wow.
And Dominic, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I guess we'll just throw some. At this. Oh, I forgot to do advantage, so I'll just go ahead and roll another one on this guy. And actually, I have my inspiration still.
Yep.
Can I apply that to the 14?
It doesn't. I mean, you already had advantage on the attack, so you can just re-roll your attack with advantage.
Oh, I thought inspiration.
It's not bardic inspiration.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So basically, here's the way it would work, right? So you made one attack and you were unsuccessful, right? So both of those equals one attack. You can use your inspiration to re-roll your attack with advantage.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll do that. Yep.
So close.
I can't fucking win on this shit. All right.
All right.
And this is.
Oh, that's a hit. All right, yay! But it's your offhand, yeah. All right, so go ahead and roll your offhand damage. Here comes that one. Everybody knows it's coming.
I know it's coming.
Oh, God.
Oh!
Jesus Christ, dude.
All right. Yes, you
Clearly, we're just having a lot of fun playing, and we want to drag this out as long as possible.
make contact. He gets a nasty paper cut. He's very, very upset by that point of damage. So, Pyram, you're up. Go ahead and make your attacks with advantage. The hit.
Thank God.
Come on. Anything but a 1.
Oh, and that's it. That hobgoblin goes down.
All right.
All right. Pyram, you have some movement left. Would you like to move?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah, all right. That sounds great. I'm sure that will be extremely helpful. Well, it might be helpful when it gets to be Dominic's turn again. We'll see. Osrit, you're up.
Not realizing how close Pyram is to the hobgoblin, I just run up, conjuring the firebolt in my hand and casting it at the hobgoblin with a. And it misses. Oof.
Oof.
And then he spins on his heel and runs back the opposite.
All right. Pit Trap's not doing anything. Osrit, you're up again.
And then turns
Only
on his
after
heel
running.
again. That's the heck out again.
Oh,
Tries
that's
one
a
more
hit.
time. That
And
time.
he will be on fire, so
Yeah.
here's how it's going to go. All right, so add an extra 2d6 of fire damage on top of your regular roll. Firebolt is what, 1d8?
1d10.
10, so roll 1d10. That's probably going to kill. Oh, no, I guess it's not. Then roll 2d6, and I'll add that to him. Oh, there we go.
That's
All right,
more like
that
it.
is going to be enough to take him out. So that hobgoblin is no more.
So the impact, basically, the way that damage worked out, the impact didn't kill him. The
The
flames,
oil flask did.
cooking his body alive did, and
Yes.
he like squirms in agony as like his skin melts off. You know, that's what's
Right.
hurting him. The burning part, not the impact of the firebolt.
All right, so we have succeeded in killing 2 hobgoblins in a lot more time than it should have taken. Especially since they were drunk. All right.
Don't you judge me. No.
So they are down. So
I guess I'll loot the body for number 1 since he's not.
So I will say, Osrin, that you carefully avoid the pit traps.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we can.
All they really have is the armor that they were wearing and the swords that they were carrying. They have long swords, and they also have long bows. And then they have, hobgoblin-sized kind of patchwork. Kind of, I guess it would equate to like half plate.
How about we put that into the like this party bag or something, and I'll just carry it since I'm the strongest out of all of us.
How about we all get into one of those suits and pretend to be a big hob?
I think I'll just stay Seeky.
Back on top of each other. Come
thanks for
on,
the
this
offer.
is a perfect opportunity.
Oh, and by the way, Dominic, please check for traps.
Well, you see, you went before me, so I didn't get a chance.
Alright.
I don't see a problem. We found the trap.
I mean, I would have checked for traps, but you kind of went before.
I assumed you checked for traps.
You made an ass out of yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. All right, let's clean this up and let's get our bounty.
Yeah, I kind of want to check the barrels in the room before I check the door for traps and.
So the barrels are loaded with, in the process of spoiling provisions, right? So there's some, a couple of the barrels are open, and they contained ale, which clearly the hobgoblins found and were partaking in. Some of the others contain like dried fish, and like. There's one that contains some like furs, like some animal hide that is, you assume intended to be tanned, but it.
I'll
yeah.
take that.
Okay.
What do I put in my inventory?
Hang on a second. I'll put it in there.
Okay. And then is there a thing of ale on the
Yeah, there are a couple of tankards on the table, and there's
perfect.
a barrel
I'll
full
just-
of ale.
I'll just drink one real quick and then make my way to the door to check it.
Sure.
So-
So you as you drink the tankard, you realize that this must have been some really, really good ale about
Oh shit.
a year ago. right?
Yeah.
And
Don't drink the ale. It's shit.
and it's got this incredibly bitter taste that you know that you don't necessarily spit it out. You don't notice how kind of bitter it is until the aftertaste. It's like Keystone Light.
Oh, that's piss water. It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just got like it's it's like an IPA that's gone bad.
Gotcha.
Can I tell if it's flammable?
You don't think it has a high enough alcohol content to actually stay lit? That it's just the malt and the hops have turned.
Right.
Cleric boy, you wanna give me some heals? I'm a little bit hurt.
Cleric boy. I'll use that. I'll use the healing word. This will be the only heal that I have, unfortunately. This is my other spell slot.
Oh, thank you.
So we could hang on. Let's take a short rest.
Wait, that's
and
it?
then we can use a hit. And then I don't have to waste your spell slot. I don't have to heal you right now.
He's not a cleric. He's not a cleric.
We don't know that. He just told us he heals people.
He's not.
I play one at party.
Calling him cleric boy.
Right.
I think this might be a good place to take a short rest then.
All right, yeah, I can roll.
That way we can.
Is a short rest going to help you?
Well, I
Not
can use a hit
me.
dice.
All right. There you go.
Wait, did I use 2? Wow, I only dragged 1.
Did you
All right.
double click it maybe?
No, I dragged. Oh, I was using my push to talk. Maybe that did 2. Well, either way, I only have 5 points of damage, so I only need the.
Yeah, you only needed the first one.
All right, whatever. I don't know how I used to. I'm gonna go ahead and check the door for traps and check the door to see if it's locked.
It is most definitely locked, which is why it's got that kind of lock thing on it.
So.
It is most definitely locked. But you can go ahead and give me a perception check to see if it is locked, or sorry, to see it if it is trapped.
So what I'd like to do here is
trapped. It is just locked. So if you want to go ahead and give me a check to unlock it, and you succeed in unlocking it.
All right. I'll go ahead and open the door, kind of just quietly, and just peek around. Is it?
You see a hallway that kind of curves to the east, but you can't see really past, aside from the fact that there's a curl to the east.
All right. I'll stealth and then proceed up. I'll go ahead and I'll let you guys know if it's safe.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh dear God.
Oh yeah, super stealthy. So go ahead and give me a perception check right there. Okay, so you notice 2 things. You notice that this hallway here has some very odd features. These like rounded kind of bulb-looking things. They're not lights. The wall is actually like kind of rounded off at each of these points. Very unusual. And then you also notice what you believe to be a secret door to the left. So to the west. So just north of you, there appears to be a secret door.
Okay. I'll go ahead and check that door.
You
check for
believe it is a
for
secret door. There doesn't appear to be there doesn't appear to be any traps.
All right, then I'll go ahead and carefully open the secret door.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Oh, I thought it was the other way. Oops.
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna reveal some stuff to you here real quick.
I'll be here then. I thought the door was the north.
No, so there's a small hallway and then it curves to the north, and there's some barrels there at the end of the hallway.
All right. All right, come up, guys. Don't go down the right side. It's a bad idea. I'll proceed up here and then just, checking for traps as I go along, and I'll move up to the barrels and check the barrel. Perception check.
So the barrels contain some stuff. The majority of what's in the barrels is trade goods, kind of like what you found below, but most of it is kind of spoiled. But you do find some stuff, and I've put it in the party sheet. You find 3 silver nuggets.
Nice. Excellent. Okay. So I'll move up.
And there's you can get around the barrels, and there's a room to the north.
Yep. So again, I'll check for traps, and if there is none, then I'll go ahead and I'll carefully open that door and peek around and see what I see.
Sure. So go ahead and give me a perception check once you kind of put your light on the room.
Oof. All right. Well, I don't see anything, but we can go check out the room. There's a room over there.
Okay. So let's see. You do see some in the center of the room is what looks like a pair of jade idols, like jade statues. They're kind of sitting in the center of the room. Here.
Okay. Like how big are they?
I'll show you. Hold on.
Okay.
Like right about there. They're somewhat small. I mean they're not huge, but
okay. I'll check for traps as I'm going, and I'll move up to go ahead and.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Let's see. You do not see any traps.
All right. I will move in and pick up the jade ornament.
So you'd have to go there.
Okay, fine.
Okay, cool. But you did not notice the swinging axe trap that swings from the ceiling. Hold on. So, as you pick up the idols, there's a small string attached to the bottom of one of the idols. And when you pull it, it releases a catch. And from the ceiling, an axe swings down. And so... I need a dexterity saving throw, please. So if you'd give me a dexterity saving throw, that would be great. All right, you nimbly dodge out of the way as a large axe attached to a hinge at the top swings down, swings back and forth. You take a look at it, and it is... you're pretty thankful you didn't catch that.
I wasn't worried about it anyways. Nimble is what I do.
There you go. So, so the idols. Hang on. Those idols in the party sheet. There you go. So the idols are now in the party sheet.
Where is the party sheet, by the way?
So if you look at the upper right-hand corner, there's a picture of like 3, meeples basically with a letter I next to them. If you click on that,
but I don't see any. I see inventory.
Yeah, if you go to the inventory tab, you'll see the stuff, the loots. Cool. Unfortunately, that's it. This hallway seems to dead end here.
All right, and okay. Can I look for any other secret doors in here?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh god. god, but that was super loud.
Yeah, sorry, my phone vibrated on the desk while I was talking.
Can I check for any other doors in here? See if I see anything. Can I check for any other secret doors in here?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Well, 14.
You do not see any additional secret doors or anything else unusual in this room.
Alright. Well, boys, I found some jade idols and almost got cut in half by an axe, but you know, I'm too smooth for
Sounds like you're having a fun afternoon.
that. I think we're gonna have to go down the shitty hallway over there that looks quite obviously trapped.
Well, after you, Mr. Nimble.
Yeah. So I'll move to here and I'll start checking for traps again.
Okay. So yeah, let's see. Osrit, hold on a second. Osrit, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Sure.
And then give me a perception check, please.
That's very good.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So, so you most definitely see that there are a series of little holes. Pyram, Osri, you don't see shit. You're just oblivious. So, Pyram, you see that there are a series of little holes in these, circular outcroppings. You have seen something like this before. It is what looks like a poison dart trap. Now, you think that maybe if you rolled one of those barrels or a couple of those barrels down that hallway, that it might actually trigger the trap.
Hey, Dominic.
What?
Before you go jumping around that, this entire setup reminds me of something I saw in the past. Maybe we can roll down one of these barrels and trigger them.
Just I could just just creep through and just jump off the walls and whatever. You don't think that's a decent?
Well, we can't.
All right. Let's roll the barrels. So I guess I'll go help him grab a barrel and roll it down the hallway.
Okay. So as you, looks like we lost Pyram there briefly. Guess he's be reconnecting in a second. So as you roll the barrel down the hallway, you hear as it rolls past the first two, you hear as two small darts shoot out from either side. And then the barrel has a pair of darts stuck in it as it continues to spin. And as it continues to make its way down the hallway, every time it hits one of those little alcoves, you hear and then the barrel kind of crashes to the end of the hallway, and the fish that was in it spills out onto the floor, in this, leaving a bunch of darts and fish now strewn across the floor.
All right.
Like the hallway should now be safe to traverse.
And so we might want to roll one more barrel down there just in case
I'm gonna go ahead with that. We'll roll another barrel down.
Sure. So you roll another barrel down the hallway, and as it goes by, there's no darts from any of the outcroppings, and the barrel smashes at the end of the hallway as well, and now what looks like what must have been wine, some kind of wine, now coats the floor as well.
Goddamn,
so that means some maintenance. So the maintenance guy has to come through and like manually redo it. He's gonna be pissed. We set up every.
Just picture like some hobgoblin maintenance guy. He's like, adventurers!
That'll be fine. I'll go ahead and I'll stealth again and move down the hallway to about here and peek around the corner.
Okay. The hallway ends in what is a locked door, but you will find out will be locked in a second. I hate putting locked door tokens on the map, but whatever. It's a locked door.
I kind of assumed, but I just assume I don't know that, so I'll check it anyway.
It's locked. 100%
I'm
locked.
hoping for like Legend of Zelda, like novelty style, like key blocks on like big old.
Yeah, I'll go down the hallway and I'll tell those guys, hey, there's a door at the end of the hallway if you guys want to move close, and then I'll check for traps along this corridor and then move towards the door.
Perception check for the traps.
Easy.
100% no traps.
All right.
Okay.
And then we'll check the door for traps, and then also check to see if it's locked.
100% locked.
Excellent. And we will go ahead and pop that lock.
Did we lose Pyram? Pyram, have you rejoined us? Because you're like way back there and you haven't moved up. I just want to make sure that you're still here and can move your character. And
he's got the ZZZ thing going on.
He does have the ZZZ thing going.
His internet may have died.
Yeah.
For him until he gets caught up or can reconnect.
That's fine.
So I'm just, I'm
pretty sure I failed with my thieves tool, but I'm not sure exactly how strong the story.
Yes. So, you did. Now you can get somebody to give you a hand, or you could try to break it down.
Hey, this door is a little bit stronger than I thought. You want to come help me?
Yeah, sorry about that. My internet connection was wonky.
It's all good, man.
I can use guidance on him to give him an extra D4
Sure.
to that.
Go ahead. Doesn't look like he's gonna need it. You managed to unlock the door.
Would have to be the world's strongest door. All right.
Right.
All right.
Managed to unlock the door.
So I'll carefully push it open and check into the next. See what I see. Quietly, I should say, push it open. All right.
So you notice some stuff. So you see a bunch of like as soon as you open the door, the smell like overpowers you, right? It reeks. It stinks of sweat and waste. There are a series of straw pallets on the floor dotted around the perimeter. And as the door creaks open, you observe two hobgoblins, presumably asleep in their straw pallets. They have not noticed you yet, but if you shine your light in the room, it is going to wake them.
Shh! There's hobgoblins sleeping. I'm gonna sneak up and attempt to coup de grace one of them while there is.
Stealth check. What are you gonna do with your light? Because you're not gonna be able to see.
It's a good question.
It is a good question. I like to ask good questions.
Beginning to wish I was a half elf.
It's like burst and yell, "Wake up! It's time to die!"
Yeah.
The last hobgoblins we encountered were pretty fucking armored to the teeth.
Drunk.
I don't really want to do that. Yeah. I think we definitely need to use our sleeping advantage here. Yeah, I'm. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to I'm going to use a piece of cloth from my bag to kind of dim the light a lot, and just kind of shine it in the corner towards the wall to the west. I don't know, how do I mark stuff? Like, I guess I'm trying to mark it.
Like over there.
Yeah, shine it against there, just enough so I have like a, like a dim crack of light to see with. And then I'm gonna go try to coup de grace on Hobgoblin number 2 while I sleep.
Stealth, please.
Yep, let me do that. I'm feeling pretty stealthy.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
All right.
And it's
Yep,
Hobgoblin 2 you're attacking?
yeah, I'm gonna go right, right about there.
Okay. Okay.
And
You want to attack him while he's sleeping?
I mean, I think so. I mean, here, before I go in the room, you guys have any other better ideas? My idea is to go try to cut its head off while it's sleeping.
Yeah,
You guys
that's
got a better one?
No, not at all.
All right.
I say we get an early advantage against him. I have an idea. I can one of the others see, because we can start our attacks at the same time. We can all three of us attack.
Sure. I'm just gonna set down my lantern on the floor over here and face it at that wall so I can see a little.
Right, there is no such thing as a surprise round in 5th edition. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to roll initiative. So let's go ahead and roll initiative now. And then, the hobgoblins that are sleeping are going to stay sleeping until someone interacts with them. And you can choose what interaction it is. But presumably if you kill one of them, the other one is going to react. Everybody's got their initiative in? Yes?
Yep.
So Hobgoblin 2 is going to stay asleep. He has not yet noticed you. Osrit, what would you like to do? Dominic crushed initiative, by the way. Crushed it.
Totally did. I have an interesting idea. I'm going to try to separate them. I'm going to cast friends on myself.
Be your own best friend.
Yeah. Well, I already was. This just makes it official.
Really love yourself. Like you are the greatest
15,
ever.
20, 25. I should have enough speed to get up to him. And I'd like to sort of try to stealthily do it, tiptoe in there and sort of shake him awake and say, hey, the captain is outside and he wants to speak to you right.
Okay. Alright, go ahead and give me a charisma check.
I have friends because I wanted to make that check with advantage.
Yep,
So.
no, understand. I'm asking you for the check.
Charisma ability check?
Okay, so he is going to, let's see. Yeah, he 100% believes you.
Like, something about a promotion?
What? What? Outside where?
Outside the tunnel.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll go there right now.
Some sort of job for you. He says there could be a promotion in it for you if you play your card.
Thanks, buddy. So that's what he's gonna do, but on his turn.
Cool.
So,
So maybe
Pyram,
don't attack him just-
Of attacking this hobgoblin when he goes past.
we did take a short rest before. Did you want to use your hit die to recover the 4 hit points that you took before, or do you want to just wait?
No, I'm gonna chance it.
Okay, just checking.
So I would let him go. I mean, we can kill his friend really easily because there's only one, and then when the guy realizes, because it lasts for up to a minute, I'm concentrating on it.
Yeah.
So we'll kill his friend. We'll let him go. We'll kill his friend, and then when he realizes and comes back, we'll take him out. It'll be one of them against us, and then the other one against us. Easier.
But I mean, he's gonna see us going out of the
Yeah,
tunnel.
we're not friends to him.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna turn the corner. He's gonna leave. Like he's gonna leave us alone while we kill his friend.
I'm
no,
stealth.
sure.
I'm just hoping he doesn't see me, but he can't. I don't think he can walk on my square without notice.
You just let him go. Just let him walk past. He might not even notice.
All right. I'm gonna let him pass.
His turn yet, so it's your turn. What did you want to do?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go to this side then. Give him some space.
Okay. All right, so he's gonna be like, oh, all right, thanks, buddy. I'll be right back. Wait a second. Who the hell are you guys?
They're slaves from a recent cap.
Give me a deception check.
All right. So as long as I'm concentrating on this, I have advantage on all charisma.
Charisma based. Yep. Give me a deception check. Oh, all right, get out of my way, slave. And he kind of pushes past
And I call
Dominic.
after him, hey. I call after him, hey, and I look really sincere, and I go, congratulations. Like there's a promotion waiting.
Right. So he gets out in the hallway and he's like, "Who the hell made this big mess out here? Barry's gonna be pissed when he has to clean this nonsense up." You hear him whining.
Bring that up outside.
Yeah, I'll tell him. So he's gonna get to there. That's gonna be his turn.
Alright.
So he's like, "Oh man, Barry's gonna be mad." I'm kind of grumbling as he's heading down the hallway.
So I'll just move up here, and then, assuming that nobody else is going to move, or no, I guess you already used his movement. So I'll just go over here and I'll just
Still sleeping. Actually, with all the talking in the room, I'd say he is waking up, but he is not fully awake. So it wouldn't be a coup de grace situation. I would give you advantage on your attack rolls because he is prone.
All right, it's fine. Doesn't look like it matters.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot to.
Yeah, you didn't have him targeted.
Is he? Does that hit the 13?
No. So I will give you the opportunity to target him and make it again. Remember the whole kind of benevolent DM thing.
That's fine. I don't need advantages like that.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I'll roll double twos. What?
Time.
Wow. Yeah.
Bad luck.
Wow.
Such is life.
Osrit, you are up.
Sorry, I mislocated my character for a second. All right, I'm going to actually move up to get advantage on this roll. Draw my quarterstaff and Try to give him a good whack.
You did not take your advantage, but it doesn't matter. You still hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I didn't.
Yep. Definitely hit him. Right. Dominic, you are up. Oof.
You try to help.
That second attack was not with advantage, so you can. Here you go. That is a hit.
Hey.
Remember, I expect like Christmas cards. Take them out. There we go.
Wow.
Except the Christmas cards, the ones that play music when you open.
When it finally hits, it plays a sound.
No, it doesn't play.
Excellent.
Looking proven.
You slay that hobgoblin, and so his buddy is going to make his way further down the hallway. So we are out of initiative. What would you guys like to do? There is a door to the.
I mean, I want to check his body first.
Yeah, loot the room.
The greedy thief, Sorry.
Sure.
So I'm going to let go of concentration on friends and say to Pyram, maybe make sure in the hall that he doesn't come back all stompy and.
So when you search through the room, you find a total of 17 gold, 29 silver, and 84 copper. I've put them in the parcel. Do you guys want me to just assign them to you?
Sure.
Like you're gonna split it evenly?
Yeah, that's fine.
So there's leftover 2 gold and 2 silver, so you guys can figure out who get those.
I mean, I'm a greedy thief, so I'll always take extra gold. But whatever you guys think.
Right. So there's a door to the southwest.
I'm just gonna lie in the way here until the other hobgoblin comes in. I don't want to multiply our enemies now that we have advantage.
Yeah, that's true. The other door doesn't look locked.
Yes, it doesn't look locked from across the room like the other locked doors.
Yeah, well, is there something else at the bottom? Because that wall isn't there for me. Is that a wall? Or...
Right, no, there is a wall there. Hang on.
Oh, okay. All right.
There you go. There's
Okay.
some wall.
All right. That makes more sense. And there was nothing on this body. Just stuff around the room that we found.
Yeah, I mean just the weapons.
Okay. I'll move up and I'll check for traps and whatnot.
What are you checking for traps?
The door.
So go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Cool. I walked over one. Let's see.
Just take a d6 of. So you're going to take 2 points of piercing damage. 2 points of damage total. 1 point of piercing damage and 1 point of poison damage. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please. And you are going to be poisoned for the next hour.
Good lord.
Cool.
So there you go. You. Actually, hold on. Let me do it this way. Go. Now you're poisoned. 1 hour of poison.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah, and there was a poison needle. There was a poison needle there that you triggered. The good news is you can give me a perception check to check the door for traps. You do not see any traps. Notice you did make that check with disadvantage because you are poisoned.
Yep. Go ahead and open the door.
Okay. So here we go. All right. So you see there is a there's a hallway there, about 20 feet long, and then it curves to the south.
All right, boys. Well, there's a hallway over there.
And it curves to
I
the
guess
south.
curves to the south. You guys can go first. I don't feel so good.
I'd rather kill that hobgoblin first before we go forward, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, we need to make it fast. I'm not feeling very good.
I nod at Pyram. Let's go hunting.
That's fine. What happened to you, anyway?
There's a dart. Apparently.
I think he's trying to keep his second breakfast back. I'm just gonna upchuck all over the floor. Pyram,
Okay.
let's head back into the hallway to the north and deal with this hobgoblin.
All right.
Do you want to go first?
So as you guys head back into the hallway, you begin to hear the hobgoblin. I can't believe that guy. What the hell? Hey, who the hell are you? Slaves from before?
I am, yeah.
Uh,
I have a message for you.
Okay.
And I approach him.
Approach him? Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So what do you say to him? If you get any closer than that, we're gonna re-roll initiative.
Right. I'll tell him. I have a secret to tell you.
Okay. I don't listen to secrets from slaves.
Anymore?
I draw my rapier.
You tricked me. Rapier,
Yeah?
you said?
Yeah.
All right.
I just draw my rapier and
Everybody roll initiative. Going to be at the top of the initiative order, which is fortunate. So Pyram, go ahead.
All right. Just like that, rush to him and hopefully stick him with my rapier. I didn't
What?
I didn't target him.
No, wait, no, he's a halfling. He can reroll that.
It's a lucky. You can re-roll it.
This time I'm gonna target him. Hold on. All right.
Yeah. It's a hit.
Yeah, learning opportunity.
All right. Definitely
Awesome.
give him some damage. All right. I believe that's all you can do this turn. So you go ahead and pass it to Osrit.
The secret is to aim for the shins.
Yes. From Shin Slayer. Osrit.
I say that seems easier, and I draw my
Crossbow, aiming it at.
That is a miss.
But it sticks in the wall next.
I always thought you were cool, and I.
Right. So he is going to attack Pyram
Oh god.
without disadvantage. And that is a miss.
I'll step up here and I'll just I guess throw my dagger. Let's see.
40 feet. Hold on. Yeah, that's going to be long range, so that would be... So the short range on a dagger throw is 20 feet. Long range is 60, so you'd be in the long range, which would mean you'd make the attack with disadvantage.
I already have disadvantage anyway.
Double super secret disadvantage. Yeah, you can do it if you want, though.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead.
Would have been a hit. Would have been a hit. The disadvantage.
So my other dagger.
Daggers clang off the walls around Pyram. All right, you're up again. Running out of daggers.
I don't have any more daggers on me, so I'm just gonna go back in the room and I'll pass.
Osrit.
I'm gonna try the crossbow thing again.
Ooh.
Even worse shot this time.
All right, Pyram. Let's see if you can single-handedly take out this hobgoblin.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim for the other shin.
Oh no. Alright, so the hobgoblin is going to get a strike at you. Here he comes. Oh, that's a hit. And 4 points of damage. Dominic.
Oh god.
Be a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, no. Sorry, go ahead. Do what you're gonna do.
I think I'm just gonna pass. I can't really afford to go up and take damage against this guy.
Here comes another attack against Pyram. And that is a miss, fortunately. Osrit. Gotta figure out how to do damage to this guy.
I have too much. Oh boy.
Pyram, give me a dexterity saving throw.
No, wait, I'm a halfling. I can re-roll those.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, no, he re-rolls, and it's a hit. Oh, takes him out with the crossbow bolt.
That's how to do it. Right through the...
Pyram is covered in blood as his head erupts with the strike of that bow.
I don't think I can take more of that.
All right. So
I start laughing. He thought he was getting a promotion.
Promoted to the afterlife.
I just quickly loot the corpse and grab whatever I can.
He's just got the same stuff as the other guys had. You know, basically his weapons and his armor. These guys, you know, they clearly, you know, these guys are not so well off.
Okay.
Yeah, so there we go. What do you want to do now?
How you doing, buddy? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm alright. Not feeling so good, but...
Go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw, but this time click the advantage button so you don't have disadvantage. Right. Guess what?
Hey.
No longer poisoned. You managed to fight off the effects of the poison.
Alright.
And you are back in the fight. All right.
Excellent. All right. On that case, then I'll go forward.
If you don't mind, can we take a short rest?
Yeah, that's fine. We can short rest.
Oh, it's fine with you. You can take a short rest. I think I'm the one who decides if they'll be resting. I'm just kidding.
That's true.
Yeah. So if you guys would like to rest here, that's fine. What I'll need is I'll need somebody to. So we'll go ahead and trigger the short rest. So go ahead and roll your. There you go. Cool. That's helpful. I need somebody to roll another D12, please. Any one of you guys, or okay. So I'll take the 9 because it was rolled first. So basically, what I do with random encounters is I will ask you guys to roll a D12. On an 11 or 12, something is going to happen. Okay. In this particular case, because the 9 came through first, you got the 9. So nothing happens.
So
you succeed at your short rest.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Great job, team.
All right, Dominic, you're on point. You feel good for that?
Yeah. We'll go ahead
got-
and.
An ace in my back pocket that I'll bust out for you in just 1 second. As soon as it.
I'll start moving down the hallway, checking for traps.
Okay. See any.
Cool. Proceed to here and peek around the corner.
You see a door at the end of the hallway.
Alright. Move towards
And
the
because
door,
these
checking for
doors
traps.
are conspicuously locked or unlocked, do you feel like this door is probably unlocked?
It's fine. I'll check for traps moving down the hallway and check the door to see if it's locked.
Yep, it's locked. No, I'm just kidding. It's unlocked.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Then I'll go ahead and open it quietly and peek it.
Okay. What portion of the room would you like to reveal?
I mean,
How-
I don't know
how
which
much
way
of
the
it?
door opens.
10,
You
20.
tell me.
So the door opens towards you. 10, 20.
Okay.
So would you like to reveal, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50%, whatever percentage?
I mean, if the door opens towards me, I guess the easiest thing to do would be to open it slowly and start looking from left.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know, 20% to the left. I guess. Just kind of guessing.
Okay. So as you reveal a portion of the room, like light cascades in from your lantern. You begin to hear a sound of what you presume is another hobgoblin. If you continue to open the door, then I will reveal the rest and what is inside, but the choice is yours.
I'm gonna go back and say, by the way, I opened the door. I heard something in there. Pyram, I think you should go.
Hey, there's
All right.
somebody back there. Hang on.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use this opportunity to cast Bless on everyone.
Go ahead and apply the effect. All right, you are all blessed. So would you like to enter the room? There is no light aside from the lantern, which is now back.
Hey, Dominic, do you mind if I use that lantern?
Yeah,
light the
sure.
room?
Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just throw it in there and shatter it.
Please don't. That's my only lantern. I will probably stab you.
Do
I go in and mimic like a ghost sound. Ooh.
With the
I
lantern.
hold the lantern close to my
All right,
face.
hold on. Don't move anymore. Just stay right there. So you open the door with the lantern, illuminating the room. Make an eerie ghost sound. And you notice some kind of creature in the center of the room. It appears goblinoid, but it is clearly larger than any of the hobgoblins you've seen so far in here. And as you walk into the room, it looks at you and it goes, "What the hell are you? You're not fooling anyone. Prepare to die." Roll initiative.
Ooh.
I am Gorg the Bloody Hand, and you will meet your end today. So this room, you notice the walls are plastered, and along the walls are like pictures of dwarven warriors. Partially, they've been like vandalized and covered with like graffiti. So some of the dwarves are like, they're like there's like blood or like paint of some kind of over the some of the dwarves' faces and stuff, and they've been like scratched out with sword gouges. So does everybody have their initiative in?
Yep.
Ezra, you're up first.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't hit him from there, and that's well, no, that should be what, 5 feet?
Be 10
Sorry,
more
I'm trying
feet
to
of
figure out
movement.
where I can move. I think I can move there because that's a total of 20, right? But I wouldn't be able to.
Be 25, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, that would be 25. Okay. Well, Pyram will.
Of course.
Oh.
Wow.
Oops, sorry.
That's just what a max damage firebolt sounds.
No. That's this guy's battle music. Okay. So Pyram, you're up.
Yeah, I'm trying to apply rage. I don't know if the effect's actually there.
Hang on a second, let me take a look.
You just drag it onto from your actions to your token.
Hold on. It's he doesn't have the rage effect, so let me just go ahead and give it to you.
Thank you.
There you go. Now you got your rage.
All right. I was so offended that he didn't believe my ghost noises that in a fit of rage, I go for his shin.
Oh, that's a crit. Oof, that strike, he definitely felt that. It's his turn. He is going to attack, recognizing him as the most dangerous of the group. That is a hit. It's 5 points of damage. However, he does have the brute feature, which means he will do another d12 worth of damage to you, which is 7 points of damage. So that's a total of 12.
Was that half with my rate?
So no, it was not half. So hold on, correction. So he did 7 at first, which was halved, to 3, and then you're going to take another 3. So that's a total of 6. There you go. Got it.
Gotcha.
Yep. And that's his turn. So Dominic, you're up.
I think this is the closest I can get right here, so I'll go ahead and attack.
Oof. And
Ooh.
good. Osrit, you're up. Parries your attacks.
I'm gonna back
Good
up
God,
on
take
Mike
him out.
and use another.
It's a miss. It's like, I'm out of
Back
here.
up on Mike. You can't be too careful.
See ya. In proper position. There you go. That is a hit.
Nice.
Sneak attack.
I'm pretty sure it's not a sneak attack because he knows I'm here.
No, you get sneak attack if you have advantage on the.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, advantage or a party member within 5 feet of your target.
And in this case, you have both.
Just go ahead and roll your damage die without the +2. So you roll your offhand damage, and it'll add it.
Oh.
Be just an extra 1d6.
Oh, 1d6. And then
I added it to him.
I already dragged it to him. I think it's.
All right, that's fine. Go ahead. Oh, that's a hit as well.
Come on.
And he goes down. Oh, Dominic, the bugbear slayer.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn earlier, but now he's taking everything down.
Yeah.
All right, as Gore goes down.
Ooh, wow.
No more Hadas. Damn it. All right. So he goes down, and there are some items that he was carrying on his person, which I will drag to the party sheet. There we go. So a potion of healing and a bastard sword.
Ooh.
The weapons that he was carrying.
the bastard sword consider a short weapon?
Perhaps,
I don't think so. It's a
It
long
is
sword.
not. It is a
Tyrant
one or
would be-
two-handed weapon. It is
thank you.
versatile. But it is a good sword. It's a D10 base, and then a D12 if you use it two-handed. So it's a good weapon. All right. So there's a door ahead of you.
All right.
We should go through quickly before the
I'm,
spell wears off.
I'm gonna go ahead and check for traps, and then move towards the door and check the door.
Okay. You do not find any traps, and the door appears to be unlocked.
All right. Then I will go ahead and carefully open the door.
You see a long hallway leading to, or well, not long, but 25-foot long hallway leading to maybe a locked door. Who knows?
All right. I'll check for traps and move towards the door.
If only there was some way we could easily.
Yeah, if only.
Hey,
Give me a
Osric,
perception check.
You got some healing there?
There was a potion of healing that was in the.
I don't think anybody actually took it, so
Go ahead and grab that, and you can use that.
All right, I'll take it then.
All right. Doesn't appear to be any traps. The door does appear to be locked.
All right. I'll move up to the door,
So
and
I will
then
need
I'll
a sleight of hand check to unlock the door.
sleight of hand or thieves tool.
Well, thieves' tools, yeah. You got it. You unlock the door.
All right. I'll check it for traps, and then open the door.
Okay.
Tyrant, do you want to come up here just in case so you don't have to sprint all the way? Yay!
Okay.
Just give me a second. I'm checking for traps.
Checking for traps on the locked door. There are no traps. Do you want to open the door?
All right. I'll go ahead and yeah, I'll carefully open the door.
And there's a small room, and there's another door. Might be locked on the other side. Can't tell.
Check for traps and move towards the doors.
An empty
Okay.
room may well
You
be.
notice that there is a stone in the center of the room that is not situated properly. It kind of pops up above the floor just the slightest bit, but you happen to see it. So it is right.
I'll try to. All right. I'll just step around that. Hey, careful on the stone in the middle there. Just walk around the edges and you
All right,
try to
Chief.
step around it.
You don't tell me what to do. No.
Alright. Step on it, I don't care. And then I'll go ahead and I'll check this door for traps, and if it's
Does not appear trapped.
alright. Go ahead and try to unlock it. I'm assuming it's locked.
You are unsuccessful.
Alright.
Use guidance on him to give it an extra D4.
Alright. Go ahead and try again. And what do I roll for your guidance?
D4.
You are successful. You managed to get the door unlocked.
Alright. Push the door open.
Sharp northern turn to this room.
Alright. I'll check for traps and move down the hallway.
No traps.
Alright. I'm gonna peek around the corner.
There is a small staircase that leads up to a larger chamber. Hold on. But you can't really see far into it given the range of your lantern.
All right. Looks like we got a chamber up there. Do you want to go first, Pyram, or do you want me to try and sneak up there?
Let's see if you can sneak a little bit. I'll run in to help.
All right.
Gotcha.
Go ahead and start moving and checking for traps as I'm moving around.
Perception. Okay. There are no traps directly in front of you.
Just go all the way to here. And then try to peer into the room if I can.
So just revealing some area for you. Hang on.
Sure.
Okay. This appears to be an ancient dwarven shrine, 6 alcoves, each filled with a statue of an ancient hero of the dwarves, you presume, face a central pedestal, which there's a what appears to be a crystal skull on the pedestal that glows with a gentle blue light.
All right. I'll start making my way through the room, checking for traps, and move towards the.
Where exactly are you checking for traps?
I'm just gonna go straight down the row and checking for traps the whole way, and then go up to the skull and I'll check the skull.
One more perception check. Okay, go ahead and move.
All right.
So you guys don't move just yet. You get to here, and you observe that, which is a pit. You notice that the floor is uneven here.
Okay. Can I walk around it, or do I need to make a?
You can walk around it. Yes,
you
you noticed it, so you can walk around it.
All right.
I get his attention and toss him my quarterstaff so he can sort of tap on the tiles around him and see if any.
All right. Cool. So I'm gonna try and be stealthy with the quarterstaff, tapping stones, and continue to move up, checking for traps all the way to the skull. Straight line.
Okay.
That's
All right, so you move into the room. The rest of you guys, you don't perceive any other traps in this general area. That you feel like that was the last of them. The rest of you guys want to move up into the room.
somewhere like there, sure.
All right, so as you approach the crystal skull, rises from the pedestal. It raises up off the pedestal, and it. Do any of you speak Dwarven?
No.
All right, awesome.
Very happy.
So it speaks in Dwarven, and just it rises up and it says here. I'll just type what it says, even though nobody's gonna understand what it says. So it says that in Dwarven, and you guys don't understand it, but maybe you could find somebody back in Baranor or Nivea who would be able to understand what that says.
All right. Just want to check the skull and see if there's anything we can take with.
Yeah, so the skull shrinks back, or basically sinks back to the top of the pedestal. It is still surrounded by the blue light, but you notice that behind the pedestal there is a small table, and on that table are 2 potions and a holy symbol.
All right, I'll grab that. Can I try to lift the skull or take the skull? Is it movable? First, I'll check it for traps.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna put these potions into the party sheet for you guys.
Oh, good. That's nice.
Okay, there we go. And so yeah, you don't detect any traps.
All right, I'm gonna try to yoink the skull.
All right, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Oh, strength check. All right. Let's see.
All right, you try as hard as you can, but the skull appears to be held in place by some kind of magic, and and though you give it all your might, a valiant effort, it doesn't seem to budge in the least.
Hey, cleric boy, why don't you come up here? It seems like it's magic or something. Maybe you can figure out how to get this skull. Looks like it could be worth some money.
Go ahead and give me a religion check, Osrit.
Okay.
So you recognize this as a relic of the god Tor, who is a dwarven god, who you have heard of. You're familiar with it, and familiar with Tor in the pantheon. You know that Tor is the god of life and the forge to the dwarves. You feel like it'd probably be a bad idea to desecrate the shrine, but you can do what you want.
I'd rather investigate structures over to the...
Wait, somebody moved me.
I'm not sure if I want... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to move you.
So here, we're already over time, so let me just go ahead and cut to it. The statues are unremarkable. You have managed to clear out this area, and you return, back to Sergeant Sled with the information, and he points you towards a group of adventurers that frequently travel to Baranor, which is the subterranean dwarven city, and he says that the residents of Baranor might be interested in knowing that there is a surface shrine to Tor, because traditionally only the Underdark dwarves are worshippers of Tor, which means that at some point that some dwarves from the Underdark must have made their way to the surface and established this shrine area, and he basically encourages you to travel to Baranor to share the information about this shrine with the dwarves there, that they may be very eager to reward you for this information.
That's really sweet.
And so So with that, you guys all get your here, and I'll go ahead and put in the party sheet. So 300 gold. You each get the 100 gold that you were promised. You can go ahead, and you should probably do this now. Divvy up the items in the party sheet. Just go ahead and drag them to your inventory. But we are concluded. At the end of this session, you all will be able to level up to level 2. So I will give you XP for all of the encounters. I will do that now, but I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream. So thank you guys all for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will catch you all next time.